Easy guys, and welcome to Showtime, celebrating the music, art and culture of Chesterfield, Derbyshire and the Peak District. As you probably know, today, with Ryder Castle in the background, we're in Matlock, hometown of Patawawa. I caught up with Mr. Sam Wilmot, who sings and dances quite a lot with Patawawa as well, to tell me all about their tour of Japan, their recent 6Music session with Tom Robinson, and another session on Radio 1 in August. Big thanks to Rory from the band, who wrote a special version of the Showtime theme tune. Coming at you, roll the credits. Sam, how you doing?
All right, mate. How are you?
Cool. Yeah, all right. Great, you could pop in.
No probs.
What's coming up? Tell me everything.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Awesome.
I think the whole lockdown COVID thing,
Right.
sort of, we had a great start to the year.
Okay.
And it sort of went, we went into lockdown positive, and obviously lockdown lasted for a long time.
We're in the fourth
I suppose
month
we're still in it really
yeah,
now.
Yeah, pretty much just, yeah.
And, we had a lot of stuff planned, and we still, don't know if that's going to go ahead and that kind of thing.
What a shame.
So lots of stuff going on. Album's finished.
Wow, really exciting.
Yeah,
tell us about this. So who have you recorded with?
So we did it all ourselves. I mean,
Amazing.
I say we've done it. Rory's done it.
Okay, right.
Rory, he writes everything, all the music wise anyway.
Okay.
Produces everything.
Right, amazing.
And me and Beth, we do, we help out with music and stuff like that. More Beth than me really on the music side.
Cool.
We both all share the writing of lyrics and combinations of harmonies and melodies and all that
Amazing.
kind of thing.
Some great harmonies in there. That's really good. And I was going to ask you about that actually. So I was thinking, because do you have to get it? Because sometimes you're singing in unison, aren't you? You're singing the same things. You have to get the same inflections and everything.
Yeah, I feel like our next single that's out actually, which is like the third from the album, I think, is called Abadabadea.
All right, okay.
It's a weird one.
Fantastic.
It's a made-up word that I think Beth created.
Amazing.
And we went in and did like a group. Me and Beth went in and did like a group vocal together.
Amazing.
And like when we were doing it, it felt good. And then we've come out and we've listened to it. And we're like, yeah, God, that's really good. Because we usually did it like we'd follow like a harmony line that Rory had written or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And we sing it to that. But we went in and did a group one. And it was like, wow, this is, because I think you like, without thinking about it,
you get locked in, don't you?
Yeah,
completely.
And obviously we've been singing for so many years now, and so you'll be able to hear that.
Okay, looking forward to it. So I mean, well, let's go back to the start. I mean, how did it all start, man?
So it all started. Me and Rory became friends at Highfield School in Matlock. Derbyshire. And I think we met in GCSE Spanish.
Okay.
So year 10 we were a bit late to the party on becoming friends in secondary school.
Right.
And music came up pretty quickly, and we were both heavily into music, and he said that my dad's got a little studio down at his house.
Right.
So we went in and we started messing about. We started a band, our first ever band called Final Straw.
Right, not heard of those guys.
Well, no, that was our band, the Final Straw. That was the first one that we'd done.
Right,
and it was just a pure indie band. I used to just make up lyrics on the spot. It was
cool. It takes some doing.
A young vibe.
Okay.
And from there, we invited Beth to come in because we started taking things a little bit more seriously.
Right.
So we invited her in, and she sung on a track, and we were like, wow, she's amazing.
Right.
Let's invite her in permanently.
Yeah.
We sent that song off to BBC Introducing, it got played, and then we were like, right, let's take this seriously, and that was I don't know, 6 years ago or something like that.
Right, okay. And I'm just thinking about sort of, young artists, especially from this area, making a start. So there's BBC Introducing. I mean, it's all over the country, but you went to BBC Radio Derby, yeah?
Yeah, so Dean Jackson covers the BBC Introducing for East Midlands. So that's Derby, Nottingham, Derbyshire, Matlock.
Oh, Nottingham as well, right, okay.
Yeah,
they've not got dedicated.
Well.
Right, okay.
No, I think it's 4 major cities sort of thing.
Right.
So that covers all that. So you just have to go onto the website, send in your stuff.
Okay.
They listen to it within 2 days or something.
Right.
And then they'll send you an email. Weirdly, I've noticed it's always at 3:05 in the morning.
Okay.
On the start of every Saturday.
Yeah.
And if you lucky enough, I suppose, to get that email and get played out, then you'll be on the show on that Saturday.
So was it an email? Did they say sort of like, yes, we're definitely going to play it straight away, or was it one of those sort of, right, okay, we've listened to it and we may or may not play it in the next month?
No, I think when you get an email initially saying that they've listened to it.
Okay.
Whenever that is, and then at 3:05 on Saturday morning, they send you an email saying it will be played.
Okay.
And from 6 till 10 or whenever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for my response. You see. So.
Sorry.
No, that's right. That's obviously leading questions. So, but that was Radio Sheffield. So maybe I'll try East Midlands.
Go for East Midlands.
Yeah. Derbyshire as well. So
Derbyshire. Exactly.
So there you go. But I wanted two Derbyshire ones actually. But yeah, the England one's all right.
This Derbyshire one's nice.
So yeah, it's all right. And obviously I got that big flag as well, but didn't have enough time to set it up. But that'll be coming at some point in the future. So
excellent.
So yeah, and the name Patawawa, where's that come from?
So we were looking for a name for about 3 months, I reckon.
Okay.
We came up with Salubriants,
right?
Bungalow Complex, wild other ones. I think Rural Outfit.
Oh right. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, that was
right,
up there.
Okay, cool.
And then I think Rory was like, his mum had seen these dogs called the Patterdale Terriers and the Chihuahuas.
Right. Yeah.
And they were called something else. So he was like, what about Patawawas?
Yeah,
and then
good.
we were like, to be honest, we've not got much to go on here, so we'll just go with
and then it's stuck. Well,
yeah.
You don't forget it as well. It's obviously it's a bit strange, but it's like, then it invokes the question, doesn't it? It's like,
exactly.
People are always going to ask.
Everyone always asks. The Guardian said it was the worst band name ever, but they gave us a glowing review, which was so I didn't mind that too much.
That's amazing. Okay.
But yeah, it's a name that does hopefully stick in your head, and we just knew we wanted one word.
Okay.
We didn't want to be the or anything.
Yeah, okay.
Hence the like Salubriants and the Bungalow Complex. We didn't want a the.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with those. We just knew that we wanted one word, and it's just
Okay. Yeah, fantastic. Great stuff. So where was your first gig?
First gig, I think amazingly, was at the Rising Sun in Chesterfield.
Right. Okay.
Is that still around?
Was it the sun? Was it the Sun in the middle?
Was it the Sun in?
Yeah,
the Rising Sun.
Yeah,
maybe I just got that mixed up.
Andy Elkington. All right, Andy told me about that. He came along.
Oh,
so
did
it
he?
was him who told me about you, yeah.
So the first ever gig?
So I didn't realise, so you didn't play Matlock, the first one?
No, the first one was actually, I think, Rich Allsop.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I'll get Rich on sometime.
I think he booked us initially.
Right, okay.
And, unless, obviously, there's many moons ago now, but I'm pretty sure that was our first ever gig.
Right, gotcha. And how'd it go?
It went okay. I think we only had like 4 or 5 original tunes, and you get your mates down.
Yeah,
they've been listening to them for weeks or whatever, so it feels like it's like you're in like an arena, but you're just in the pub basement.
Yeah, right, okay. But yeah, so did you play some covers as well?
I don't know if we did. Right. I think we were just we just went and we played a few tunes, and I think it was I don't know if it was just us on or there was a few. That is a memory that is not with me, but we went and played a few, and then. Celebrated into the night.
Right, okay.
No,
right, went back to Matlock, yeah?
Went back to Matlock and probably back to Rory's house.
Right, okay. So yeah, I mean, tell me about your influences. I mean, is it mostly Rory who influences the music?
So I mean, the music, comes from Rory really, but I think when we were growing up, me and Rory were together all the time. We were skateboarding, and it'd be often it'd be me and him that would listen to new tunes, and then we'd just stand in his kitchen and just show each other music that we'd found or whatever.
Right, okay.
So we sort of went through genres, I think, together.
Amazing,
so,
right? Okay.
We were into indie and that kind of thing, and then hip hop, and going through all these things. And I think we were about 18, I think, and we'd been starting to go into parties and that kind of thing.
Right.
And there was a lot of disco music being played. I think Rory's mum had been showing Rory a lot of disco music.
Yeah.
So I remember him showing me Jocelyn Brown, Somebody Else's Guy, for the first time.
Right, okay. Yeah, okay.
With a couple of our friends, and I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Brilliant.
And it's just a feel good, happy
thing
really
is.
that disco brings.
And you've carried that through, man. It's so fresh and it's so uplifting. It's
I mean that's what we've always tried to achieve. I think we've always said that if anyone comes to the shows and to A, be happy, and
Yeah,
to be dancing, and if we can get both of those things right, then we've done our job.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was wondering actually how much of an influence. I mean, I used to put on a deep house night called Detune. In fact, you played at the reunion,
We did.
didn't you?
Yeah.
So that was a 15-year reunion, and
Wow.
this came about from knowing Matt and Ant from Rhythm Plate.
Of course.
So I didn't know if they had much of an influence, because they were. I mean, the story there is that, I mean, I was working at Derbyshire County Council, and Matt was in the next office, and he got this really great niche record deal, and they're really well respected, aren't they?
Oh yeah, hugely.
And they've just got a new album out as well, actually. So I've tried to get him on, but I mean, Matt keeps saying he's a bit too old now, but I don't know. We'll see. But Anthony's a good producer in his own right. So I mean, I didn't know if they were sort of like a bit of an influence. I know Matlock's got a real scene. There's like Lee Bowden, who's got the shop.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Spinderella.
Matt Woodhouse.
And
the Stunties.
Yeah, and like there's Karma Kid that comes from Matlock.
Right, I don't know Karma Kid. So
he's
okay.
well, he was, he's done really well, and I think he's currently producing for like big artists and stuff at the minute.
Right,
he's residing in London.
Right.
Yeah, and then we've got a guy
up.
called Diggle,
Right.
who we know, who's younger, but he brought out a track that Rory'd written and produced with him.
Amazing.
And that was straight on Radio 6 and stuff.
Great
and I'm
stuff.
sorting out his next single release.
Yeah, I'll look him up as well, and
he's
troll
great.
him a bit,
he's brilliant.
What other bands in Matlock? I mean, there's Frank. Are they still going?
Yeah, Frank. I think so. Yeah, I think they're from Worksworth, aren't they?
Are they?
I
Right.
think
Okay.
So yeah.
Great stuff.
And yeah, I think they were championed by BBC Introduction and stuff.
Okay.
And I think they're still going. Although I've not heard much.
I've not heard
but
much by him lately, but a friend of mine, Rob Siddle, told me about them. So
Right. Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, I think they were doing fine like before. I don't know if lockdowns had a thing, but yeah, I've not heard anything too much.
Right. Okay.
of late.
And talking more Matlock, I mean, do you have any dealings with Rockin' Roy? Roy Goodall?
I don't,
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, and I've seen the magazine.
Excellent,
So,
Roy's Rock page.
Yeah, so...
I've got to get Roy on sometime.
Yeah,
100%. 30 years
the
he's
picture
been
on the
going.
front is great. I think me and Rory were on, like, before we played a show, like, I don't know, maybe last year, we went into a cafe,
right.
and Roy's Rock page was there on the thing.
Right,
so we were like having a read, and it should be, like, I haven't seen it that much in Matlock, but it should be more distributed around.
I think he
give it a
basically
read.
just does it himself, so he goes around all the rehearsal rooms and stuff like that. But he's been writing for 30 years. He's been writing for the Derbyshire Times, Matlock Mercury.
Yeah.
I know some guys who used to do the graphic design when the Chesterfield Advertiser was going, and when he wrote his column there, and they'd sort of like put his name into the middle of a drum kit or something like that. So Roy's Rock page, and then he'd
Amazing.
Basically, he's a great guy. Yeah, great guy.
100%.
So cool. And so where did it go from there? So BBC introducing
BBC
was
Introducing played us.
big platform for you. Was it?
I remember Rory was on a night out in London.
Okay.
Weirdly, because he doesn't really like London that much.
All right.
Rory. But we were like freshly 18, and I'd rang him and said that we got played, and he was like blown away. And I remember us saying like, "Oh, we're gonna quit our jobs, and this is it now."
Right.
And we just got played on Radio Derby, so it wasn't really gonna like.
Oh no, but it's a step, isn't it? It's a benchmark.
Was a step. I mean, for us at that time, it was absolutely everything. To get played on there, and I think from there we sent in like a couple of others with, good success, and then Dean invited us in for an interview. Pretty quickly, and I think it was actually our track Dare to Disco. I think he played it like 6 or 7 times in a row, like week after week, and I was like, God, he seems to like this one. And then he went on Radio 1, played it on Radio 1 for us, and just we built up. I think from initially from like really at the start of it, Dean seems to sort of take a liking to us.
Amazing.
And put us on at Why Not Festival. I think
sure. So there's a connection there as well. BBC's got its own introducing stage at Why Not.
Yeah, which is like a massive thing. So I remember when we got invited to play that. I think there's 3 artists at the start of the day on the Quarry stage throughout the weekend, and it's always full, the Quarry.
Right. Yeah.
I think we were first on. Is that
the yellow and black, or is it yellow?
Yeah,
and blue?
yellow and black.
Right,
and
okay.
I don't know if it still is the yellow.
I don't know anymore. They might have changed it actually.
Yeah, they could have changed it, but it was always the yellow and black stripe thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we played that show, and we'd not really played like to many people previous to that. I think I don't even know if we've been gigging very long, to be honest.
Right.
and to play to that many people, you know, as part of the BBC Introducing Clan felt like a special moment.
Right, amazing.
And then we went to Stand and Calling actually the day afterwards, second festival booking.
Right, okay.
And we played the Big Top, and we were like second on, and
Okay.
I think it was like a 5,000 capacity thing.
Wow.
So we'd gone from like the quarry that was probably, I don't know, at the time, like maybe 1,000, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember exactly, but then we went and played this like 5,000 thing the next day to about 30 people.
Oh, right, I was going to say, right, okay, yeah.
So we just basically had like our mates there, a few other people.
Okay.
And
where's that, was Stand and Calling?
Yeah, Stand and Calling, oh my God. I hadn't been since. It's down south somewhere. My car broke down on the way actually. So you know the classic, your Fiat Punto.
Oh right, okay,
and,
right. But you can travel light, can't you? You know, with your setup. So you know, for anyone who needs to check these guys out, should we play one of your songs?
Let's do it.
Okay, which one are we going to go for?
Well, I suppose we'll go for the latest single, which was called So Late.
Coming at you.
You know we try to move on. Yeah. You know I've tried to be more for you. Times have changed, same old games. But I know I can be a part. It's alright, and I know. Where I don't think about you now. No days go by where I don't think about you now. I can't wait for you. I'm so late, I know. You know we try to move on. Yeah. You know I've tried to be more for you. Times have changed, same old games. But I know I can be a part. It's alright, and I know. Go by where I don't think about you now. No days go by where I don't think about you now. I can't wait for you. I'm so late, I know.
Brilliant, man. Fantastic. Great stuff.
Thank you. Cheers,
okay,
Aaron.
yeah. Excellent. So when's that out?
Well, that came out, I think, now about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. And how's it doing so far?
Yeah, it's doing well.
Right.
Picked up some good press and things like that.
Okay.
It's just like another level to our album, really.
Right,
So it's
okay.
like a second or third single off it. yeah, we're just getting like ready to drop the damn thing. Yeah,
amazing. I mean, I saw, obviously when you came and played the Avenue when I did D-Tune, I think just before that you got 1 million streams on Spotify.
Yeah, on Patagonia. Yeah, it was. It's something that we didn't expect really.
Fantastic. Yeah. How did that feel?
It felt great. At the time, that tune just took off. I don't really know why. I know it's.
Sometimes something clicks with an audience, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It gets about. So.
It was just weird. Spotify seemed to bang in a load of big playlists and stuff, and
right.
Yeah,
okay.
and it just seemed to keep on going.
Amazing.
Which it keeps to do. So.
And what about the girl from Stranger Things? Like, what happened there?
I mean, mad really, because I just woke up in the morning to some messages like saying that the girl from Stranger Things had used your song in a video and stuff, and I saw the first thing in the morning. I just woken up or whatever, and it looked like it was a hoax. Like someone had just dubbed it over the top or something like that. And as we went throughout the day, I got in the morning loads of messages, and then our manager was on the phone saying, this has actually happened, and and I think it happened at 2 a.m. It got millions and millions of views already. I think she on Instagram she was had I think 28 million followers at that point or whatever, and she was using our song. It was used for a minute and a half, and
how did this come about? Was this something to do with your publisher, or?
I think basically, I think the story goes that the agency that was doing the video or whatever. Yeah. Our song was on this guy's hard drive, and he thought it was stock music. Basically.
Right. Oh wow.
And I don't know how true this is, because I thought you might need to double check this kind of thing. Okay. But they just said they'd used it by accident. Essentially, they said they liked the song, but it wasn't let's sort this out, contracts and everything. So they used the song, and they asked us if they could use it for some more. So I think they used it for about another 8 or 9 videos or whatever.
Man.
And
that's really good.
it set up. It was the soundtrack for a new makeup brand. And
I didn't know if it was something to do with Valentine's Day, because it was something to do with a boyfriend, was it? Or
I think it was because it was her. The brand was going to the colour of her brand was going to be. When she popped the balloon, it was purple.
I see.
And at this point, I still think everyone was I don't really understand what's happening. And then the next couple of weeks, it came out that she's releasing this makeup brand.
Gotcha.
Brilliant news for us, and a lot of people discovered that song through it. And
amazing, right?
Yeah, it was a good little ego boost.
Good stuff. I bet it was. So tell me about Paris. So I was talking to you. What's your manager's name again?
Andy.
So I was talking to Andy, when you came on D-Tune and played in Chesterfield, and and then I noticed not long after that, you went you went over to Paris and recorded something there.
Yeah, so we went to Paris to record with a record label called Because Music.
Okay.
Which are great. They signed Major Lazer and Christine the Queens and all these kind of people. So we got lucky. They were we'll put you up for a week. We'll put you in a studio with a producer. We'll go in there and write an EP basically. So we went in there. It was seriously long days. It was 30 degrees outside in France at the time. Right. We were in a basement studio.
Okay.
And we went in with a producer called Yassine, and spent 16-hour days down there, 5 solid days. I think we were like zombies by the time we finished it, and then came out with four tunes in 5 days, which I think was pretty impressive at the time.
So did stuff come out in the studio, or was it have you did a bit of pre-production there already?
So we'd taken in some songs and stuff, and then we basically, I think, collectively thought, we'll rewrite the stuff, essentially. Oh, right. So we technically wrote 4 songs in 5 days, and
amazing.
It was pretty quick turnaround.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, so it was an experience. First ever time writing outside of Rory's studio, to be honest.
Right. Okay.
And I think it was one of those things where it was a bit different, and a lot of bands and stuff I think go and write with people constantly and record stuff with other people, whereas we've been quite insular with that, and we've done lots of collaborations and co-writing and stuff, but I think when we're recording our own stuff, we quite like to be just us, and we're comfortable around each other, and
no pressure really.
No pressure. And I think we we went back to Rory's bedroom and enjoy the process a lot more possibly.
Right. So does he write on a Mac?
Rory uses Cubase and so many different plugins and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, he's an old school. When we did music tech together at school, he we were on Cubase 3, I think, at the time.
Right.
And obviously it's evolved throughout the years, but he stayed true to the Cubase roots.
Yeah, great stuff. And he's a good guitarist in his own right as well.
Fantastic guitarist, yeah.
So didn't he ever fancy singing as well?
He has actually done some backing vocals
Has
on
he?
the album.
Right, okay, great
He
stuff.
said to me forever that, you know, he can't sing and stuff. And he sent me a song that he'd done with our friend Jack, and he was singing on it, and he was singing like words, because obviously in the songs that he's doing on the album, he's just singing like oohs and ahs and that kind of thing, which are great. And he sent me this song that he was singing, and I thought it was brilliant. I loved it, but I think he wasn't quite ready to maybe put it out as properly singing. Right, I think he's comfortable doing the backing vocals, but he wasn't so sure on the whole singing properly, proper words and melodies.
Yeah, maybe.
But maybe one
sometime.
day. Maybe one day.
Who knows,
I'll
Rory?
force him.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, so yeah, obviously, then you did Why Not, and you did that other festival, and then suddenly you started getting bigger gigs.
Yeah, so I suppose like obviously this is like a shortened down version of of everything, but over time I think we wanted to get an agent basically, a proper agent. So you know, from the time that we were playing these first festivals, you know, we played a fair amount of shows. I think not too many, but you know, you start to branch out and you leave. You know, Matlock, and we started playing gigs in like Nottingham and Sheffield, etc. And through that time, you start to build like a slight fan base, and Spotify's bubbling up slowly and that kind of thing. So after all this is happening, we finally get an agent to come down and see us in Sheffield at Leadmill.
Okay.
It was an
was
agent
that another
called,
turning point?
Yeah, this was like because we wanted one for ages, and finally we've got it was from 13. They're based in Brighton, so it was an agent coming up from Brighton to Sheffield.
Yes.
So we thought, you know, for him to make the move up on a weekend or whenever it was, I was like, you know, God, I hope we bloody impress him. Yeah, he probably won't come again.
Okay.
So we played the show. It went well. We met him up in the dressing room afterwards, and he seemed to enjoy it. But again, it was that classic thing of he wasn't really giving much away.
Right.
So we had a couple of drinks in the dressing room, and we went out to a bar in Sheffield. And again, like, you know, I was thinking, you know, probably getting a bit pissed, and he'll tell us tell us what's going on. And he didn't really give anything away. I think he might have edged something like, you know, saying, oh, you know, you know. I can't even remember. He might have said something, and we were like, "Oh my God, maybe he will."
Okay.
And a couple of weeks later, we get an email, and they want to sign us for a 3-year worldwide deal.
Incredible.
And I was like, right, okay. And at this point, I think we all just sort of said, right, this is what we wanted. We're gonna be playing a lot of shows. Let's just quit the jobs and go ahead with it. And we went on our first tour. Which was really well received. A lot of small venues, but a lot of, you know, packed venues.
So is that when you played Yellow Watch?
Yes, was that the first tour? Maybe.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. I think that was maybe just after you played Detune, or just before actually.
Or just before.
Yeah.
God, it could have.
I think in fact,
it could have been.
Yes,
it could have been the
because
first
I
one.
was promoting it, and I put some flyers in Yellow Watch, because I'm on the musicians hearing scheme, so you get the free earplugs, the musicians union. So,
amazing.
So that was pretty. So I went there, and they squirted some stuff in your ears and stuff. Yeah, I'm not using them really. So. And the hearings are going. But yeah, great venue there. Where else you played in Sheffield?
So I think Leadmill is like a staple.
That's the one, isn't it?
We got a really good relationship with the guys at the Leadmill, especially a guy called Ben Hartley.
Right.
Who's been championing us, and you know, it's been good, and we played a lot of shows there, a lot of good shows, a lot of, you know, packed shows.
It's a hallowed stage, isn't it? I mean, I've seen so many amazing bands there. So,
and it's, you know, like you say, it's just such a historic venue.
Legendary,
you know, and we've played the Big Daddy stage a couple of times, and we hope to, in the not so distant future, grace that. Just on our own back.
If only to see the bulbs in the dressing room being, you know.
Yeah,
they're still there, aren't they?
Done it.
Oh, have they? Right.
So
Okay.
you used to have NME prints.
Right.
Printing all over the
And
walls.
all the bands who played there. It's amazing.
I think they've redone it now.
Right.
Recently.
Okay. What a shame.
I know.
I remember we played there in 1996, and I came back and then I went to uni for for 3 years down south, and I came back and I'd still got the same pad, the same number on the pad, and I got backstage. I forgot who it was to see. It might have been the Blue Tones or something like that. But yeah, I got backstage anyway.
So they change it all the time.
Well, yeah, but that was 2 years and they hadn't changed it. I just thought, I'll just try it. So anyway.
And it worked.
Yeah, Rupert from the Lead Mill. Yeah, if that's you, yeah, cheers for that. But anyway, yeah, so cool. Yeah, so obviously he came up to the Lead Mill, and what are some of the best venues you played around the UK then?
Best venues we played around the UK. To be honest, another one from Sheffield that we really loved was we played Bungalows and Bears.
Yeah.
I think it was like a 300 or 350. I can't remember now. Down there, and I don't know if we sold it out. We were certainly close to if we didn't. Right. And that was a good moment.
Really loud sound system down there.
Really loud. Yeah, too loud.
It is really, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I needed the earplugs.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think because I had some in, and I think because I couldn't hear myself properly, and I was taking them out, and then back. You know, it's always the case.
Okay. Exactly.
So yeah, Bungalows and Bears in Sheffield was really good. We played one in up north called the. Oh my God, the Surf Cafe in Tynemouth near Newcastle.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the staff and the people that own that place are just amazing.
Right,
it's only 100 cap.
Okay.
And we managed to sell that one out, which was amazing because I think it was our first time there. But they just made the whole thing great. Brilliant. And they were just like giving us beers and like, you know, they were helping us pack down everything. It was just a really nice vibe.
Oh, that's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, and I've always remembered, and like if I've been asked about venues, like, you know, which was my preferred, it's,
right,
you know, they're always up there.
Yeah, that was a good gig in Leeds at the library. I don't think it's called the library anymore, but it was.
Is it Lending Room?
It was the Lending Room. Yeah, that's where I came to see you that time. So
exactly. That's another venue with a guy called Tommy Ford who runs it basically, and he's a legend and makes everything easy and simple and just a really nice guy. So yeah, Leeds is always good. God, where else have we played? We've played some.
So a lot of festivals now. So and you got on the festival scene a bit more, haven't you?
Yeah. So I think we did a lot last year. I think we were set to do our most ever this coming summer.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What a shame.
We had a lot of decent ones lined up. But so yeah, I think our mantra really is like, you know, the vibe of us is to play festivals. We're
definitely
more of a festival band.
I totally get that, man. Totally get that.
Yeah, and I think people sort of over the years are like, you know, coming to, you know, think, oh yeah, God, you know, let's, you know, if we've had like a bit of a downer band on, we'll chuck Patawawa on after them.
Right. Okay.
You know, keep the vibe going. I don't know. I mean, that's probably me just like, you know, saying it's a bit egotistical, but I feel like that has been the vibe.
Not at all. No, absolutely. And you've got the tunes, you got the vibe, you got the tunes, you got this sort of musicianship as well. You know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sort of big live shows, and you know, it's just so much energy going on, man. So,
yeah, that's the energy has been I think, you know, we all just like dance around the stage like crazy and
infectious, isn't it? So,
I feel so. Like, you know, we just love playing live, and you know, when you're having a good time on stage, it's always the cliche in it, but you know, the crowd do. It's something that we love, and you know, we're just etching to get back out with it. Especially with the album coming, we're just okay. I was thinking about today.
So when is that coming out then?
So it's the 26th of September.
Okay, great.
That's when it's coming out.
Okay,
and
I'll put a link in the description below.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, I was listening back to it today for the final mixes, and I was just imagining how we would play it live. And
yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah. And it, you know, it was just a nice feeling, thinking, you know, and you just hope that, you know, the fans or whatever, you know, enjoy it, and we can make some new ones from it. And
I'm sure
that when we do the live shows, you know, you're only doing a debut album tour once, so hopefully we can sell on that point. We just, you know, it'll be a nice tour, I'm sure.
Yeah, and more than nice, man. It'll be awesome. Yeah, it'll go off proper. So tell us about. I mean, were there any songs that you did with the 6Music session? Any songs from this album?
Yeah, so basically we kick-started the 6Music session in Feb with the first single from the album.
Yeah.
So we thought, let's go hard and let's do the first single off the album for the first time ever.
Great idea.
Live,
okay.
Which was nerve-wracking to say the least. Because we basically, you know, we were in the session room at 6Music and you got Tom Robinson sat there, and then just our band here, And he comes in and he says a little speech about us, and he's like, right, go. And then I think we'd rehearsed for like an hour and a half maybe before we did it, but nothing will ever prepare for like going live on Saturday night. No.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, so it was we did 4 tracks, and it was certainly something that I'll never forget.
Yeah, another benchmark.
Oh, 100%.
So where does it go from there? Obviously the album release, but tell us about Japan.
Yeah, so I mean, literally a week after that, we went to Japan. We were there for, I think it was 50 hours.
Right. Oh right. Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, we did one big show in Tokyo with a guy called Young Franco, who's an Australian DJ, which was great, and another DJ called Jerry Folk. And it was just one of those, we'd been on a long plane journey. Yeah. Then we'd arrived, and it was like, God, I feel knackered. But then it's like you're on stage at 2 a.m.
Not first class then?
We didn't go first class. Right, no, okay, it was like me, Beth, and Rory, squeezed up together. But you have films and a few tins on the plane and that kind of thing. Yeah. We landed, and it was like, oh my God, we're playing at 2 a.m. tonight. Right. I was thinking, bloody hell. Wow. So we get picked up, whisked away. The drive into Tokyo from the airport was about an hour long. Get to the hotel, checked in. In Japan, they have like little box rooms basically, so it's a bed. I mean, it's all fine. But they're all just so small.
Orderly.
Very small. So we chuck the stuff in, go out for some Japanese food. I'm there, so tired trying to eat with chopsticks.
Okay.
And I think we were all like, oh God, this, we're tired, but let's eat some food. Let's, we'll go and see. We had like John, our little guide, with us, and he took us around some sites, and it was just a brilliant experience. And then we went and played the show, and we had a cracking crowd. They were so up for it.
Right.
It was just,
okay.
We stepped on stage.
So they were sort of dedicated fans then as well?
Yeah, God, we were like on the merch stand and
Amazing.
signing loads of vinyls and t-shirts and lots of pictures and that kind of thing.
It was a bit surreal, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, it was surreal to be there, to be honest. I never thought that music could ever take me to Japan, it was what... Japan's one of them places that, I'd love to visit, but realistically, am I ever going to go and visit Japan?
Yeah, me too, I thought that,
And to just, to go and play, get paid to go there.
But you didn't get to see much of it, really?
Didn't get to see hardly any of it, to be honest. Okay. But, it was what it was, and it was a brilliant trip. A long and napping trip. But,
So this is the agency that got you this gig?
So actually, no, this was me solely speaking to someone over Instagram. And,
what a thing!
Yeah, so I just knew the guy. He worked for a record label over in Japan. Yeah. He liked our music. I think he'd start following me on Instagram or whatever. And, we started chatting, and he just literally said, "Have you ever played in Japan before? And do you want to?" And as quick as that, really. And it took months and months of sorting out, to be honest. Right, just to get clearances from all their end. Because obviously it's a lot of money that they have to fork up.
Oh, so they put the money up there, do they?
Yeah, they put all the money up and paid for all the flights. Amazing. And accommodation, all that kind of thing, which I can't imagine would have been cheap.
No, right.
For 3 of us as well. Yeah. It was all sorted, and then we went down into lockdown.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's sort of all, that was the last thing. Oh no, sorry, I do tell a lie. The week after that, we played a show in Derby.
Oh, right, okay.
It was a reschedule. Do you remember when we had the floods?
Yes, I do, yeah. Okay.
And we couldn't, basically, the floods in Derby, I think it was in around, it was on the last tour that we did. Okay. So I think it was either December or November. Mm-hmm. There was bad flooding up, north really, I suppose. Yeah. And the water had gone, so it would cut off the train tracks, so a lot of people wouldn't be able to get to the venue. So it was a bit of a decision, right? Oh, right, okay. We could go ahead.
Was that the assembly rooms?
No, it was the venue.
Oh, the venue, right? Yeah.
And we just had to make a decision, really, that we're just gonna have to reschedule it. Not because essentially the venue was flooded or whatever, but I just think the amount of people that couldn't get there, it just made sense to redo it. Right, so when we came back, that was the rescheduled show, and it was so good. Because we hadn't, I don't think, because the 6Music gig as well was the first we'd played this year. So that was the first thing, and then it was Japan, and then it was this. So it was the first gig we played in England this year.
Right.
And we were like, oh, that was great. I can't wait for more.
Amazing.
And then it was lockdown. I think that was
Yeah.
the 8th of March, and we went to lockdown on like the 18th of March.
Yeah,
so,
maybe 20 something. But yeah, wow. Well, yeah, some great stories, man. So
yeah.
But yeah. So okay. Now looks like it's gradually being lifted. I mean, what have you got any actual goals? Any sort of. I mean, what about touring the States or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about going there before, and I think there was a potential for us to go over a couple of years ago. And do I think we were set to do New York, Brooklyn, and somewhere else, can't remember, but for whatever, it's always the reasons with it's usually to do with money essentially, and I think visas and stuff over in America are pretty expensive, so I think everything, we just didn't do it, and we were we'll always go back, because we'd love to play American. I'm sure we'd get some people at the shows in New York and Brooklyn and stuff, looking at the old Spotify analytics. So States is somewhere we want to go. I'd love to go to South America. That'd be cool.
Me too.
And I don't know. I mean, we've got a tour. With the album and stuff. I think we had a load of Rough Trades tour set up, and then an actual tour. And then Europe. So we're touring with Alphabeat as well in October. Or we're meant to be in October.
Okay. Hopefully that'll come up.
So hopefully that'll come out.
So that's Europe. So what part of Europe, or all of it? Basically?
So I mean, I think the Alphabeat is UK in October, but obviously they'll be touring Europe. So if we get on with them, I hope they invite us to Europe as well. That'd be nice.
Fingers crossed.
And I think for us, we were planning on doing I think it was Paris, Berlin, Amsterdam. Sort of the key places that you would go. Not too many, because again, it's all so much money.
Right.
So
you got to fund that yourself then, really, now.
Essentially, I mean, obviously the venues and stuff will help you out, and you sort of that's the thing with the whole music thing and touring. Essentially, if you haven't got a major label, I suppose, behind you, paying for these things to happen, then the fees that you're getting paid are small anyway to play small venues, and then you've got to travel and accommodation, that kind of thing. I mean, well, it all depends, I think, on how much money you have, really, which is sad.
Right. Well, it does get down to that, doesn't it, really? So,
so obviously, I think we could probably tour the world if we had enough money. But
exactly,
But,
you've got to pay record pluggers and stuff.
Well, this is it. There's so much money that goes on X, Y, and Z and things. That's.
But have you found, say, since certainly your 6Music session? I mean, have you had a lot more interest from that coming in? So it's created leads here and there.
I mean, it's hard to know. Obviously, there was interest and stuff on Twitter and wherever, when it was going out live and stuff. And a few people got in touch saying, they really enjoyed the set on it or whatever. Right. But it's hard to know how are they actually translated into fans. Okay. And I suppose you don't really know that, because whenever anybody listens to you, it's just streams on Spotify. You can't really pinpoint exactly where they come from. You can pinpoint probably the town that they come from.
Yeah, right.
But you don't know necessarily if that's because of the 6Music session or whatever.
Okay, yeah, of course.
That is something I would love to always know.
Right,
a geek like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
yeah, you're pretty good with the YouTube analytics, though, aren't you? So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like to know what's. I'd like to try and find out as much as I can in terms of the band and where it's come from and why that's happened and what players this led to and all that kind of thing.
Okay, so for young bands or old bands as well, sort of starting,
sure,
continuing. I mean, what sort of advice can you offer those? I mean, especially with the YouTube analytics, this is what I'm coming to, because it's a very important part now, isn't it?
Yeah, with all the analytics and stuff, you need to know. I mean, for anyone that's starting out and stuff, I mean, I suppose you've got to enjoy the songs first and foremost, and then put them out and try and research where best to put them out and maybe get into contact with local people. And
sure.
First manager had always said, start a fan base in your hometown and then build up from that, which I always thought was a great idea. I mean, I know necessarily that we didn't do that, but I could see a lot of benefits from that. If you know what I mean, start to get in your hometown and then build up and start to make a map.
People follow you about, and I mean,
exactly.
when you played in Chesterfield, it was mostly a Matlock crowd, wasn't it? They
exactly.
Came over,
I think it's always good to have your local fan base.
Yeah,
then,
absolutely.
If you do tour around and you're feeling a bit battered and bruised from playing to crowds of 10 people in a room, and you can always come back and play to a decent crowd at home and get your spirits up and then go back out the road another time.
So where have you played in? Yeah, we'll go back to Matlock again. So where else have you played in Matlock? What about the Loft?
Yeah, we've played the Loft. We usually done quite a few Christmas parties at the Loft. we do a thing now every Christmas where we do like a Patawawa's party and Christmas shindig sort of thing. And we actually played the pavilion in Matlock, Bath last
the
Christmas,
pav,
which was crazy. Yeah, that was really good because it's such a big room. Like I think it is a big room, and fair play for it was Beth that came up with the idea, and I'm so glad we went with it because we could have played probably a bit safer and done the loft, and so we've sold it out I think a couple of times, and I think we were like we could probably do one better, and I was a bit apprehensive about it because it's a big room, and if you don't do good numbers in it, you can really tell something. But it was brilliant. I mean, it came right at the end of us doing our last tour, which was like 20-something dates or something.
Right, yeah.
And I think we were just we were knackered, and Beth was so ill for that show.
Oh, right.
I've never, it was one of those things where, we always say, oh, God, our voice is a bit shot or whatever, when we're playing shows, but she was really struggling, bless her.
Dear.
But we got through it, the whole crowd was like...
Yeah, sometimes adrenaline gets you through. Sometimes you even find your voice, don't you?
Sometimes,
I can't believe it, And
exactly,
5 minutes before a gig, and you're just like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. And somehow it comes back.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think
just
the vibe, and obviously it was Christmas, and everyone was obviously well gone, and it was a really good night, and I'm sure we'll be doing another Christmas shindig.
Okay, right. And did you ever play the fish pond, Matlock Bath?
Played the fish pond a few times. Yeah, God. I mean, I think anywhere that you probably could have played in Matlock, I'm sure.
2010.
We've covered it. No, we've never done 2010.
Never done the 2010.
No, never done the 2010.
He doesn't pay very much anyway. So
does he not?
Oh, right. Sorry, Rob. So,
we've never done 2010.
But good venue. Good. It's a good venue. They've got a dedicated stage now as well, but probably a bit small for you guys now, actually, to be honest. But
because it's the bar is quite far out into the things, isn't it?
It is, but it's quite a classy little place. It's not bad. There's Tipsy Toad.
Toad. They have
Aren't they doing that thing with the 50 where you flip for
basically
beer?
flip for you round.
Yeah,
which is brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, between 5 and 7 or something. Again, I was saying to people, I was like, I've not done this yet. And we were like, we've got to go and do it. And I've still not done it. And then obviously we're in lockdown now and all this kind of thing. But I think we were going to do a DJ thing for Tipsy Toad.
Oh, so you go out as a DJ? Do you do a DJ set as well?
Yeah. Rory's pretty handy on the old decks.
Great stuff.
So we pack up Rory and send him off under the alias of Patawawa, and he's the Patawawa DJ.
Oh, so he goes out on his own.
Well, I mean, we obviously make trips with him and stuff. I mean, to be honest, the whole DJ thing doesn't really happen too often. I think he's doing a show in London in November in Shoreditch and stuff, and we'll probably go down and get the crowd going on the dance floor anyway. That kind of thing. It's just support, I suppose, really. But he's done a few DJ sets at Why Not, which have always been brilliant.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Yes, I'd heard about that, and I've missed them every time. It's basically just looking at the mud on your feet. I've just had 2 washout Why Nots. I've had a couple of good ones as well, but lately they've had a bit of bad luck, haven't they?
Oh,
really?
terrible! Obviously we were meant to play the main stage last year for the first time, and the weather was just so bad. They had to shut the site down and everything, and then we were scheduled again this year, and obviously COVID, but we are playing the Why Not Virtual Festival next weekend, which will be good.
Okay, I don't think this will be out by then, but I will. There'll be a link somewhere, won't there?
There'll be a link somewhere for sure.
So I'll put that in the description below again. And there was. Rory, tell us about your. So you don't live in Derbyshire anymore?
I don't know. Okay. I've been a traitor and gone down to London.
Okay, whereabouts in London?
I live in Battersea.
Oh, right, wow.
So, nice area.
Right, is that south of the river?
Yeah, south, just south. It's quite in the middle, really, when you look at the river. It's just under here. It's in a nice spot, so when I go on my runs, I can do a bit of sightseeing, go to Chelsea and Hyde Park and Buckingham Palace.
So how long have you been there then?
So I've been there now 4 months.
Right, okay. How are you finding it?
And it's great, I do love it. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, being back here and stuff. And, you can't beat Derbyshire for being here and walks and scenery and just, and obviously my whole life's been here sort of thing, so friends and all that kind of thing, family.
Sure.
But London it's got a charm, especially the area that I live in. I start to embrace it, and slowly but surely it's coming back to being normal London. When we moved down, it was essentially still locked down.
So you noticed the big difference then?
Huge difference.
Yeah,
I mean, London. I think when we went down, we could just allowed to go out to parks.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, just your house, your people that were in your house. And obviously since then, we've started to, you know, obviously people, I haven't been to one yet, but people have started to go into pubs and things like that.
Right.
And you just, you know, obviously with everything, you just hope that we can sort of stay under the
I hope so.
spike thing. But
I hope so.
yeah, it's been a weird old time, but hopefully we're coming out the other side, and we've been lucky and had music to put out, and you know, that's where we're at.
Fingers crossed, man. So do you see many e-scooters and like e-bikes down there? Cause,
obviously the Boris bikes.
Of course. But they, I mean, I've just got an e-scooter. It's coming on Tuesday. I was like, I didn't know, it was a bit sort of, but I'm going to go for it.
Let me know how it goes.
Yeah,
I've never actually ridden one of them.
Okay.
But,
I went to Brisbane.
Plenty.
I went to Brisbane last year, and they've got this scheme where you just like the Boris bikes, but with scooters, and you just kind of they've got these docking stations, and you got an app where you just load it with money, and then you got so many miles and stuff, and it's just a really good way of seeing the city. So I didn't know.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, obviously it takes up no space, does it? Only being that big.
Yeah, and eco-friendly as well. So
of course.
So that's what I thought, and I've really enjoyed not driving as much. I've enjoyed the quiet, and it's made us reflect on a few things. But yeah, I'll be glad when we get back to normal. So like, especially the gym. I miss the gym and put a bit of weight on as well. So but yeah, are there any particular favourite places in Derbyshire that you miss then? Any particularly favourite walks?
Well, my family lives in Tansley.
Oh right,
in Derbyshire. So there's a little walk that I always love that I take the dog on. And it's like, from Tansley up to Lumsdale.
Sure, yeah. Oh, that is lovely, Lumsdale.
All around there. Yeah. So yeah, I like that walk a lot. And just Matlock in general. It is when lovely. You've been away from it for a while, and just getting back into it and stuff, and the parks, the shops, everything. You miss it. It's very homely.
Rabbit Castle,
ran up there today actually.
Did you?
Saw
right,
Ryber.
okay. Right.
Yeah, got bang into my running, which is
cool.
Which just kept me sane, I think.
Yeah.
Throughout it.
You see, I can't run. I've had 6 knee operations.
Wow.
So
that is a lot.
I can only kind of go on a cross trainer or a bike. And if I could run, I'd be well up for it. But yeah, it's just sort of playing football really. So
oh god.
Yeah, it could have been brilliant. So could have played for Chesterfield or something. So one thing I forgot actually. So Sheffield United. Your song got played at the opening day of Sheffield United's return to the Premiership.
The Premier League. Yeah. That was mad because basically what happened there is. A lady got in touch and said, "Would you be playing Tramlines Festival again?"
Right.
Which was possibly our favourite gig of all time.
Okay.
We've got to say that really. And I said, "Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's happening." And I looked on her profile, and she was the head of marketing at Sheffield United.
Oh wow!
So I was like, "Wow, this is great." So I messaged her and said, "We've got new stuff coming out." Anyway, went on this conversation, and we managed to get our song "That Guy." The premiere was played at half time, and I was up on the screens, and obviously free tickets for the game, and obviously being a big Sheffield United fan myself, it was such a good day, and they've put our music on their YouTube stuff that they use, and it was someone tweeted, I think it was yesterday, Patawawa need to do Sheffield United song commission.
Fantastic.
Any Sheffield related Patawawa times thing, I'm well keen
I mean, maybe you could play at half time or something like that.
Maybe. I mean, the one thing, the only downside to doing that kind of thing is that the football fans, die-hard football fans, they're more like they are. They probably toss pints at us.
You never know,
at half time. But I'm sure if we got offered, I probably wouldn't turn it down.
That'd be amazing, man. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Right, is there anything else you need to go over?
No, just anyone that's listening, please buy our album when it's out, and
that's amazing. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you for coming
worries.
along.
Thanks very much.
Buy the album, go and see him live. You won't regret it. So yeah, nice one, dude.
Cheers.
Cool. Easy guys, hope you enjoyed that content. Just a reminder that Patawawa album is about to drop any time now, so look out for it. As usual, I'll put links for everything in the description below, and if you could give us a like and a subscribe, that would really help me make more. Cheers. Just a reminder now, I've got my own page in S40 magazine. It's S41 if you live in that area, and we've got a preview of everything to come in the coming months. So thank you for tuning in again, and here's to many more.
myself lucky to know such people, the things that I've seen. And I'm ever so grateful, don't you know? What